Okay, so what we're going to do today was going to talk about video. We love video, so we're going to talk about video. Now, the problem with video is it can take so much time to produce video. So you need to look at ways of creating video easily. And that's why I like tools like Wave.video, where you can create videos quite easily. Now, what I'm going to do initially is I'm going to share a brief presentation. So, and when I share the presentation out, then I'm going to, after that, I'm going to go into a demo. Okay, so we go Doug from Las Vegas. Hey, Doug, ready to roll? Said, oh, go, great, great. So first of all, I'm going to share my screen. Okay, so let me see. And I just have a few slides to show, so not many slides. Okay, so what I'm going to talk about is recording, editing, and producing product service video in less than 1 hour. So we don't have much time to create videos, so we want to do it in rapid time. Attention is the new online currency, and no other format captures more attention. This is what we're craving for on social media channels. Anywhere we distribute the content, we need to get attention. We know that reach is going down on Facebook. It's harder to reach people on Twitter. It's harder to get traffic to your blog and shares. And that's why we all have to be doing video. Not video on its own. I mean, I still use blogging as a great platform, but I use video a lot to promote something. So if I want to particularly promote something across social channels, I need to create a video. Okay, did you know that over 500 million people watch videos every day on Facebook? I missed the on Facebook bit here. 500 million people every single day are watching videos on Facebook, which is a lot of people watching videos on Facebook. That's my only stat for the day. So really important. Video is important. Okay, so you need to think about creating your core content and your social content. So your video, for example, on YouTube could be your core content. So like a video, a podcast, a blog post, they're things like your core content. This is the piece of content that takes a good bit of work to actually deliver. So that's the bigger pieces of content. And then you've got your social content. So for example, a core piece of content could be, a blog post, or it could be a video that you spend, it's a few minute long video, and maybe it's 5 or 10 minutes, but that's not something you'll share probably on social. What you need to do then is create smaller pieces of content for social media. So you might create like a 30-second video on Twitter, or even like a 10 or 15-second promotion video, or a 15-second video for Instagram. So you need to think about, when you're creating that content, how are you going to split that out into smaller little pieces of promotion content? And what you want to do is create a good few videos for every core piece of content. Now, to do that, you need to find a way of rapidly creating those videos. You don't want to be spending a long time doing it. I just don't have the time to waste with this, so you need to do it quite quickly. Okay, so I'm going to look at two sites today, and I'm going to give a demo of both, creating a product service video and a social promotion video. So let's start with product service video. Now, I'm just going to quickly check to see, is there any questions? Right? Okay, so we'll continue on, and then we'll come back to questions. Okay, so Mark Schaefer is a friend of mine, and he released this book called Marketing Rebellion. And I wanted to do something for Mark to create a video for him to promote his product, which is this. Now, I didn't have much time, so I wanted to create a video that was going to capture attention, get a lot of shares, sell lots of books for Mark. And the resulting video did sell a lot of books, because Mark kept on emailing me, say, hey, share this video more, will you? Because it's selling loads of books. And like I said, I didn't want to spend too much time in it. So when you're creating the video, the first thing I do is create a storyboard. So I map this out. So the more you know about what you're going to do and say, and the type of equipment you need to use up front, is extremely important. That just makes it so much easier. So I started off, it's an introduction to the book, what the book is about. I'm in the office, I'm getting filmed. And then I had a couple of funny scenes. One was me on the roof of an office. So I have a wooden office in my house here in Dublin. So I'm up on the roof in the office, and I'm recording. I have my son actually recording from a distance. No sound is required. Then I'm out cutting the grass. I'll show you the video later so you'll see. But the key thing is to go, well, what are you doing? What's the scene? And then how are you doing it? So map out that storyboard before you go near any video recording. Then I start recording. Okay, so there's a couple of different approaches to recording. For this video, I wanted to create it quickly. I had a Huawei P20 Pro phone, so I just used the phone. The only sound that was required was when I was introducing the book at the start. A lot of the other scenes, I used Wave.video and I added in music. So you can very easily drag a clip of music in and add it to the background. I didn't want to put too much sound in it, like too much recording, because then I might have to do more editing, which I don't like. So I just done the recording at the start, but every bit of the video was done with the Huawei P20 Pro. Now, we've shot other videos before where we use a fancier camera. So on the right-hand side, you see a Canon camera and you see a Rode mic up on top. So this Rode mic is a directional mic. And when I mean directional is it will pick up sound in front of you, but nowhere else. So you need to be very close to a person you're interviewing, for example, and right in front of them, and it won't pick up surrounding noise. So you can do this with, you can even attach this to some phones as well. And it's not expensive for the Rode mic. And the mic below is called a lavalier mic. And I'll give you the make and model at the end. And this is very handy for recording as well. So this is one where you would clip onto a person and the other end goes into a phone or goes into a camera. And this type of microphone picks up surrounding noise. So if you want to pick up the atmosphere or you're picking up noise from a group, you would use this. So if you just want to pick up noise directly in front of you, use the Rode mic and use the other mic, the lavalier mic. And like I said, I'll give you the make and model of this, and they're not expensive mics. Last one, I think, is $30 or $40. And that would be one where you do interviews and stuff. So you don't have to invest a lot in the expensive equipment. Why would we use the fancy Canon camera? Well, one thing we like sometimes is when there's a blurry background. You know, when there's a person in the camera and you're filming and the background is all blurry, that has a nice effect, and you can do that with some of the fancy cameras. Okay, then once I record it, I upload it all to Wave, and with Wave, then I can do things like I can cut away pieces of images. I can trim video very easily. I can speed up the video if I want. I can drag in music, which I'll show all this in a second. I can add in different transitions going between different scenes. I can add in captions and images and GIFs and then produce the video. So I can do all this within Wave. Now, before Wave came along, I was using ScreenFlow. And if I was on Windows, I'd use Camtasia. So ScreenFlow and Camtasia are actually two good tools. But the problem is, well, one, they're expensive. Is one problem. Second, they don't provide all the functionality that Wave provides. For example, they don't provide free music to add in. They don't provide lots of captions and GIFs and different images you can use. So what you're doing is trying to buy them separately, bring them into the application, and it's also complicated to edit. So it could take me hours to edit a simple video. When you produce it, you'll have a good video, but it's so time consuming. So I just found with Wave, it's so much easier. Wave.video is so much easier. Okay, so I'll upload and then I'll start reaching out and promoting that video. So on this video was less than a couple of minutes, so I could promote it directly on Facebook. I could promote it on Twitter and LinkedIn and different channels, and then I promote it to my email list. So the promotion is key once you have that video. If that video was much longer, then I would create some social content, which would be a lot shorter, which would be just teasers to get people to watch the video. Okay, so I'd reach out to people that are mentioned in the video, share it on social, share an email. If I see on any particular platform like Facebook or LinkedIn or anything, and I see the video is doing really well, then I'd start running ads. But I'm going to wait to see, is there a lot of engagement on this video? There is no point in promoting something that hasn't proven to be interesting to an audience on these channels. So if you post a video content on Facebook and nobody's engaging with it, don't waste your money or advertising money on that. only post it if you see, oh, people are interacting, people are watching it, people are liking it, people are sharing it. Now's the time to actually put some dollars into promoting it. Okay, so I'm going to come back and show you the video, but let me go to Wave. I might actually stop sharing for a second. Okay, and just to look at any questions before I jump into Wave. Okay, so everyone okay? Keep going. Sound, keep going. Okay, thanks, Nikki. Okay, so everybody's okay. So I'll just keep going. Yes. Sounds good. Okay, great. Okay, so what I'm going to do next is I'm going to share out my screen again. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go into Wave. Sound is good. Okay, everything's okay. Okay, let me share my screen again. So everything seems okay, which is great. Okay. And the guys from Wave here are answering the questions here. So if you ask questions, you will get some answers from the Wave team. Okay. So okay, so I am in Wave now, so everybody can see my Wave screen. Did people see my see Wave? Yes, I assume so. Yes. Okay, great. Okay, so when I go into Wave, I'm going to go into my projects. Okay, these are my existing projects and a new project. And instead of using the template, so there's many templates I can use and lots of new templates being added on a regular basis. So if I'm creating social content, I'm generally in here looking at any new templates. So you can see here, April Fool's gag. So that's a bit of humor on social. So lots of templates there, but that's what I want. What I'm going to do is I'm using this start from scratch. So what I'm doing is I would have recorded my video on my phone, and then I would have uploaded the video here. So what I'm going to here is I'm going to go to the upload section, and I've uploaded these video clips already. So these are the various clips I'm using for the video. So when I create this video, I just ran around the house, ran out the garden. I had my son with the video camera on me, recorded lots of video, and the only bits I recorded sound was these two. That's the only ones where I actually said something. So I'm going to add this bit in. Okay, and then I'm going to go back and I'm going to add a second bit. So I'll add this bit was me on the roof. So I'm going to add this in as well. Okay, so I have two clips here now that I've just added in. So here's the first. So now, for example, okay, so that's going to play, but what I want to do is I'm going to move that message up here. Then I can start customizing this message. I can reduce it in size. I can change the text on the message. And maybe at the start of, I just say it's who it is. And you can see on the right-hand side, I can change the different styles of very easily. I can reduce the size of it. I can rotate the image. I can you can see here, I can decide an effect. So I can say here, well, actually, I want to appear like this, or by word, or I want to slide with border when it appears. So there's lots of different effects. So you can see here, this is like animation you're adding to this text. Normally, if you're in somewhere like ScreenFlow or Camtasia, this animation is a pain to do. You might spend 10 minutes just creating a little animation. But with video content, you need a bit of interest. I couldn't be talking for 30 seconds without any movement. So you need to have a conversation. You need to have some movement. You need to have some interaction going on the video all the time. And that's what's great about adding this type of information to the video. Now, I got through there and I can start adding in, changing the text. I can do things like, for example, oh, that video, I actually just want to shorten it a bit. So all I do is shorten it that way. So just by dragging and drop, I can shorten it. If I've got images, I can trim the image, just cut the image. I can change the zoom here on the text, so I can make or the video smaller or bigger, or I can fade in, fade out. So there's lots of different options for the video. When it's transitioning between scenes, then I can say, well, actually, I want this to appear like an an entrance. So this is the entrance to the new scene. So I'll go through this and I'll just do some basic edits here. And then I'll do things like I can add some graphics and stickers. So for example, I just want to put in a smiley face up here. And I can then, as I go through the video, I can add in different things along the video. So what I love about it is it's simple, and you can see that I'm editing a video, but I'm not getting technical. I'm just dragging and dropping things. I'm dragging this to reduce the size. I'm just changing a setting here. I'm just dragging in lots of images, or I can put in an animated GIF in here if I want, and I can drag the GIFs in here, or I can upload something myself. Now this also, I could upload images or videos or together. So there could be additional images of my own that I would upload as well. When I want to get to adding music, all I'm doing is picking an inspiring piece of music. And once I pick it, I say easy listening. Here's, hundreds of different tunes. Then I just add this into the video. And then you can see here, it's adding music in, and it's put in music down below. So you can see in terms of once you have the video content, if you get used to using Wave.video, you'll very quickly be able to create videos. Now, this is a product or a service video, so it's a little more complicated because I'm going out recording scenes. I'm doing a storyboard, recording scenes and uploading it. But sometimes you could spend days at this or spend a lot of money getting somebody to actually do it. If you ask people to edit the video, create a professional video, it'll take a lot of time and effort and money as well. What's also great about Wave is you can see here across here, I've created this in 16:9 horizontal format, but maybe on Twitter, I want it in this format. Now you can see the way this is just brilliant, the way you can actually drag and drop. So if it was like that, I can drag and drop so I could see the Razor Social, or I could drag the images so it's suitable. And then I can go in and go, okay, for Instagram, that's different. So I'm going to drag it here, and maybe I'll drag it over here so you don't actually see the Razor Social, for example, or I'll drag it. So you can drag and drop to whichever works, or you could create a Facebook cover as well. So simplicity is the key for this, being able to easily upload video content, edit the video content, and promote the video content. Okay, so how did it look like when I actually released it? Now, you may not hear this properly because we're on, broadcasting, but hopefully you'll get an idea of how it actually turned out. Hey everybody, I'm just after getting this book from Mark Schaefer. It is a brilliant book. Since I got it, I just can't put it down. Okay, you get the message. So it's about 2 minutes and it just includes various clips. Each clip is promoting the book Market Rebellion by Mark Schaefer, which, by the way, is an excellent book as well. So I wanted to create it so there's a little bit of humor in it. You can see the storyboard, we plan it out. When we upload it, all we're doing is putting like bits of text on the right-hand side. I had to cut a couple of images to make them shorter. I didn't want the video too long. And then I dragged in a piece of music, the background. So you can hear there's a nice bit of music that keeps people interested as well. So I suppose the key question was it worth our while spending a bit of time creating this? Now, I did it for a friend, so I wasn't really getting out. I wasn't really getting anything out of it. But Mark Schaefer shared this post and he said, the most epic book review in history. That was his feedback when he shared the post. And within about an hour, he had 1,766 views. Now, a normal post is not going to get this level of views at all. And this is a great way of getting attention. Now, when you think of it as well, I created a video for Mark, who is an influential person in marketing. If you create a video for somebody else, because now you can create video easily through Wave, either here or I'll show you social videos in a second. Think about how you can use this for creating videos. Maybe, for example, you would do a book review if somebody really influential in your industry created a book and you wanted to promote that book and you wanted to get attention of that influencer. You can easily create a video that will promote that, and this will get shared a lot. So Mark is sharing this everywhere to his following. So people are hearing about me because of the book. So I am getting benefit, even though I did it for Mark. Now, across on social media, across on LinkedIn, you know, very quickly we started getting views. So this was over 3,000 views. In the first hour or two, there was 3,000 views. You can see the first comment here. Here it is. There it is. I have to say, the best book review ever. So, getting lots of feedback, lots and lots of interaction from that video. So I know in terms of Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, I can easily build interaction on any piece of video content if you build it in the right way. This is a little bit quirky, a little bit humorous, and that was important to actually do that as well, to make sure that it was a little bit humorous as well. So think about doing that for a video, for one, for your own product or service, two, for promoting somebody that you want to get the attention of. Instead of sending them a text update on Twitter, a message on Twitter, create a video promoting something that's really important for them. It could be a book or their product or their website, and I guarantee you will get attention, and attention is what we're all after. Okay, I want to talk about social promotion videos, but first what I might do is I'll just have a look and see, is there any questions that you need answered at this stage, or are we ready to go on? Okay, I see lots of text in here, lots of conversation going on. Well, behind my back, everybody's chatting. So can you add subtitles? You could add subtitles, yes. So, I mean, I can add captions across the bottom, so you can do that. Nancy says I'm too cute. Thanks, Nancy. Okay. Okay, so I am going to continue. Can you import voiceover? I had trouble with your voice. I had trouble using voice. That's a good one. Can you? Well, I actually don't know that. I never tried that. So maybe the guys at Wave would jump in, Wave.video will jump in and say, can you import voice separately? That's an interesting one. Yeah. So if you had voice separate, I'm pretty sure you probably can, but I'll let the guys jump in. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to quickly share. I'm going to go back over to talk about the social video side of things. Okay. So from a social video point of view, that video I created was quite long. It was a couple of minutes. I could still share it across multiple social channels, but for typical videos, you might want to make them shorter for social. So for a video that's a few minutes long, you might go, well, actually, that's going to be on YouTube. But you might want to create shorter videos that entice people in, that really sort of is just like they entice people to your bigger piece of content. Think about what I said earlier on about having your core piece of content and your social videos. Your social videos is trying to drive people to your core content. I've written a great blog post and I want to create some social videos to promote that blog post, really short, snappy ones. And I create a selection of those ones leading back to the blog post. So for example, in the blog post, I might have 5 different sections of the blog post. I might create 5 variations of the same video. It could be the same video, but 5 different variations focusing on a different area of the blog post. And now I can schedule them to be shared across social channels. I can use something like Agorapulse to add these to, it's a social media management tool, add these 5 videos, and then set up sharing so that I'm sharing these 5 videos like once a month across every social channel for 4 or 5 months. So you have to keep on sharing content to get attention. So you don't also just go, I have a piece of content, video content, I'll create it once and use it once. No, think about, can you use it again in a few weeks' time? Because most people are not seeing your video, you know, or your text or your images, because there's so many people on social. More people see it on video, but still you want more. To get more people to see it, you need to keep sharing it. So social videos should be short, enticing, humorous if possible. So not everything is humorous, but humor works really well on social channels. And that's one of the reasons why the video I shared on Facebook and LinkedIn and Twitter got a lot of engagement, because yes, it was a serious topic. It was about a book, but it was a humorous angle. Humor is not for everybody, you know, so controversy is good as well. I don't go down the controversy route, but that's it. A clear CTA, which is a clear call to action. So at the end of the video, you want to insert a call to action to drive people to do something. So you can have it within your Twitter update, your Facebook update, but you can also then have it, you know, within the video as well. So telling people, well, what to do next, and make sure you've got correct dimensions. So you've seen that on Wave, I showed you, you know, you can have the correct dimensions for each social platform, and that makes a huge difference for engagement. No point in sharing a video that's very suitable in the format for Twitter and Instagram. Is just not going to work as well. The great thing about Wave is you start with a template. So this, I'm not recording any camera stuff here. I'm not recording any sound. I want something quick and snappy. So I want to use one of the templates. There's thousands of templates I can use, all in various categories. And I want to go in here, and then I'm going to just edit it. So let me go back to Wave. Okay, so on Wave, okay, so let's get out of that one. Oh, here's my video templates here. So you can see here, we've got loads of categories here all the way along the way. So whatever category I want, and I get a filter of this particular category. This is one I was messing around with earlier. So in here you have, okay, it's a 22-second video. Okay, so that'll go on. There's music in it, there's text in it. So now I go back in and I edit the template. Now, the good news is that because you're familiar with editing the video for the product video, you're following the same editing. And I guarantee if you just spend 15 minutes on Wave.video, after that, you'll be an expert in editing videos. You can edit videos for yourself, or you can have a business editing videos. Again, I'm in here, and it's very easy to move text around, to resize text, to change how it looks. I'll put that in the corner. I can move everything around, even the backgrounds I can move whichever way I want. I can decide, oh, well, actually, I want to make that a little bit shorter. I want to make this a little bit longer if I want. We still have all the updates on the side here, so I can change the style of the text. So let me move that back over here, and then I will just change it. I want to change the red background. I want to change the text effect so it swipes in like this, so I get a bit of motion there as well. Motion is really powerful on social, and that's why video is so popular, because when you go down and people see things moving, their attention is captured. What your goal is to stop people as they go down to your newsfeed, and video is a great way of stopping people. If your video isn't interesting, people will play and move on. So you need to start capturing attention from the very start. So here I'll start again. I'm editing the videos. As I'm going through it, I can edit different parts of the video. So now I'm onto here. I can change the text, and I'll just move that text and change it, whatever. I can add music. There's music in there already. I can reduce the size of this music if I want, cut out bits, add in multiple music clips. I can then go, okay, well, now I want to do it on Instagram. Okay, the text, you can see the text was automatically adjusted, which is great. So I don't have to do much editing. So I might go, well, actually on Instagram, I'm just going to move that down, or move that down a bit. And then I'll produce the video, add music, and publish. Simple. So what I'll do is I'll come in, and then once you save that, then what you can do is create a duplicate of this, and then you can start changing the text or changing the imagery or changing the background video. So very easy then to create multiple videos of that style. So from a social point of view, think about creating multiple videos for a core piece of content. Your big piece of content, your ebook, guide, blog post, podcast, YouTube video, they're a core piece of content. And then you've got your short, snappy piece of social content where you're going, I want to share this on a regular basis. And what you want to do is create multiple pieces targeting one piece of core content. So it's not one social video for one piece of core content. It's multiple social videos for one piece of core content shared on a consistent basis. So it's not sharing now. If you've got content that doesn't go out of date, so it's called evergreen content, it means you need to share it on a continuous basis. And that's where you get the reach and attention. Like you can increase the reach and attention of your content 10 times over if you use video, create your core content, create multiple social posts, and share them on a regular basis. Okay, I stopped sharing there. I shouldn't have stopped sharing. So let me go back, and I'm just going to share again and just finish off with the last of the couple of slides I have here, and then we'll see if there's any more questions. Okay, so like I said, you just pick off the template, whichever template, lots of categories, lots to choose from, easy to edit. Once you learn how to edit one, then you can edit 1,000. So it's easy. You will get quicker at this editing. And when you start seeing the engagement and return from doing these videos, you'll start using it a lot more. And then you've got a library. I showed you my projects. You have a library of everything you worked on. So then you can go back in and start editing it, and republishing it. We start off saying that attention is the new online currency, and no other format captures more attention. And we know this. We know videos are growing. We know there's more engagement in video. But what's holding us back is the complication of producing video. And that's where Wave.video reduces or eliminates that complication. I've moved from more complicated tools like ScreenFlow to using Wave.video because it's simple. You get the videos up and running quickly. I don't always have to rely on an editor because I don't want to spend a half an hour editing. I want to spend 5 or 10 minutes and get that content out, see what works and what's better. So I definitely recommend that you use the tool. If you want to get fancy with fancier equipment and fancier recording, here's a couple of the tools you can use. So as I said, the Rode mic at the top left, that just attaches to the top of a camera, and it's a directional mic, so it will only pick up sound in front of you. When you use a boom pole, in the movies, you see them poles that are holding the mics. So you put the Rode mic at the end of the pole and you point that above somebody's head. So you could have a camera at a distance and you don't see the mic in the shot and it's above the head because it only picks sound in the surrounding area. So that's when you have somebody a little bit further away from the camera. The Smart Lav is where you put this mic on somebody and attach the other end into your phone or camera, and this mic picks up noise from a surrounding area. So it won't just pick the person up, it'll pick up surrounding noise. And if you want to get really fancy, a Canon 80D camera has a headphone jack, so you can plug in your headphones into it to monitor the sound while you're recording, and you can connect all sorts of fancy mics to that as well, which is a great camera, but it's expensive. So for me, I use my phone. A Huawei P20 Pro phone produce really good quality video. I can attach in a mic if I like, and same with an iPhone would be the same. So you can create really good quality. What really gets attention, it's more about the, what's the video like in terms of, is it engaging, funny, humorous, controversial? Is it quirky? Is there a lot of movement? That's going to get you more of the attention rather than is it super high quality. So thank you very much. This is Ian here, and what I'm going to do is hand over now and see if there's any questions. I hope everybody enjoyed that, and I hope everybody's excited about using Wave or similar tools to create video. My preference is Wave. So my screen froze, says Gilbert. Okay, that's not good. But Gilbert, this is being recorded as well. Can you create your own templates? Well, when I uploaded my video, I could upload imagery either, and then I create my own video, and that can be your template. So when I go into my projects in Wave, so if I go into, oh, not screen sharing, sorry, if I go into my projects on Wave, you see all the videos I've already created, and then I can reuse that. So that's my templates that I've created myself. Paul said, great job. I love Wave.video. Good. Thank you, said Mark. Jim said, another great presentation. Thank you very much. Whoa, getting good feedback. Thank you, said Jill. Great. Wonderful job. Thanks so much for the presentation. Grace, Andrea, thank you, Ian. How does this Wave compare to Apple's video editing tool? Well, the thing about the likes of Apple's video editing tool is their tools are always a lot more complicated. They don't provide all the templates and the music and the stickers and the GIFs. So if you want to package up a video with all that in it, Apple Video was not going to, editing software is not going to do that. So that might be for more professional editors. But if you want something quicker and snappier and more engaging, and with all the facilities all in one place, Wave is the place to go. No problem, no problem. Thank you, great info. Great, Doug. So are people excited about Wave? Are you going to try out a video? And are you going to, by the way, my Twitter address is @IanCleary, IANCLEARY. I'd love to see a Wave video and sharing and copy, tag me on it. I'd love to see that. Then I'd go, oh, this was successful. I actually got people to create a video. So @IanCleary. Okay, cool. I've been doing the Wave a Day challenge with Mary Smith, and I've created a Wave video each day for 27 days. Ian's goes, right. It gets easier and easier. Okay, Tina, that's brilliant feedback. Yeah, there is. Mary Smith has a group for creating a video a day, and people are creating these videos. And like I said, you just get used to creating video. We stand back and think, oh, videos, too much work. Well, if you get used to an editing tool like this, you won't think that at all. You'll fly through it. Okay, Nancy said needs to start using Wave. Great to see you last week, Nancy, in San Diego. I'm planning to create some videos, said Leslie. Fantastic. Ian Cleary. Yes, Alex, it's @Ian Cleary. Can we cut video 1.2, 1.4, or is it just 5? I'm not sure, actually. Alviz. So the Wave.video guys will answer that. Have you ever used a boom mic that plugs into Android? I haven't, Nancy. We've used the boom mic plugging into the Canon EOS, the 80D, not into an Android. Oh, so, and that's then I'm trying to think of something else other than a wired connection. Well, there is actually wireless lav mics as well. So you can use the wireless lav mic. So you can try that so you don't have to plug it in. Our video are often explainers videos for day, subject matter, accounting standards. Any of your ideas for adding some of that fun factor so you suggested? Oh, Trisha, you're putting me on the spot here. Explainer videos for a dry subject, accounting standards. Okay, so how would you make accounting standards interesting? You've definitely put me on the spot here. I'll have to think about that. I mean, there's always ways. I mean, it's like you might just have some look up accounting funny gifs. That might be a starting point where you get ideas. Like I know there's a video there of somebody on their computer and they get tired of it and they get the computer and throw it out the window. Stuff like that is very funny. So I suppose have a look at funny gifts accounting, funny gifts bookkeeping, funny gifts financial, and that will give you some ideas that you might be able to not use them gifts, but or get some ideas. And then go to YouTube and look at funny videos accounting. And a lot of the times it's taking something that's worked really well for somebody else and coming up with your own twist. You don't have to be unique and original all the time. Think about something that's been there done already. Trisha, if you want to follow up on Twitter, I will try and come up with some more suggestions. Great webinar, said Leslie. Thank you very much. A pleasure chatting with everybody. Thank you, Leslie. Thanks for tuning in. What are accounting standards? Okay. I'm not going to answer that one, Nancy. I'll leave that one to Trisha to answer.
All right. Thank you so much, Ian. That was a great webinar. And I see questions under Ask a Question tab. Several we have already covered by Wave.video team, but there are some for you.
Okay, cool.
For example, can I use Wave.video to create lecture notes for students? What do you think?
Lecture notes. I mean, yeah. I mean, what you can do is you can record your voice and record yourself in video. So if you're talking through the lecture notes, and I suppose the good thing about Wave is that you can add in different animations as you go along to make it a little more interesting. And then you can put questions on the screen and pause things. So you could ask a question, pause, give them time to, you know, maybe summarize what if they've said so far. So you could definitely do it. You would only do it if you wanted to make your video more interesting and engaging. So if you're creating that video, yeah, and you can have like different sections with images showing you different sections of the video, nice bit of animation in it. So why not? Absolutely.
All right. There is one more question. What is the best size for your text if you want to advertise on Facebook?
If you want to advertise on Facebook, so I'm not sure in terms of the best size. It's the thing is, I suppose on Facebook, you're looking at most of your screen is the video and you just need to make it really visible. But I don't know in terms of the best size. Larger size is better if you've got a very clear call to action within it. But I'm not sure of the actual best size. I'd have to follow up with that one.
Yeah, I think we have some tips on video length for
great.
the ads in Wave.
That'd be great.
So yeah, you could probably align the text size. Ian, have you ever used a boom mic that will plug into Android? I'm trying to think of something easier than a wired lav. Any suggestions? That's a question from Nancy.
Yeah, I suppose, I mean, for an Android phone, you can connect it in onto a tripod and then connect a boom mic in. The problem is somebody needs to hold the boom mic. But what you could do is you can use a wireless mic. So there are wireless mics available. So if you're in a quiet enough area, somebody could have a wireless mic on them and then that's connected into the camera or into your phone. So that would be the easiest if you can use a wireless mic.
All right, and there's a question from Michael Herman. How many videos a week could I post so that it won't get too much for the people?
It depends on the amount of activity on your channels, the amount of followers you have, and the amount of engagement. I wouldn't recommend to post every single update or video because same with any format, too much imagery, too much video, too much text is bad. I would mix it all up. But say, for example, if you were doing 5 updates a day on Twitter, you could easily do 1 or 2 video updates. You just need to spread them out. So you might have a video update at the start and then a one at the end. And then you track that and see what the engagement is like. And if the engagement's really good, well, then keep going with that format. So don't share continuous video, but look at like video, then a few updates, then a video content, and just spread it out and monitor the engagement.